Welcome to 1865. You're about to encounter the Civil War. You'll see some of the hardships in which the guys lived in 1865.
You can't teach this kind of history in the books. You could look at it, you could read it, but you won't fully understand what we're doing out here until you actually come out here, get your hands on the equipment, see what we do, see what we did back then, how far we had to march. And this is living history out here. This is fun. This is where the kids get to actually see and feel and hear the explosions, and that is just something that you can't learn in a book.
All right, well, I'm Steve Kearns. I'm a lieutenant of the 1st United States Dragoons, which is part of the Reenactors American Civil War, and we're here in Red Bluff. Daryl Ilian, private, 1st Dragoons. And I'm Bob Brown, private, 1st Dragoons.
Okay.
And the 1st Dragoons were here in California before the war, and we actually built Fort Tejon, and then they shipped us up north. We built Fort Crook in Shasta County, and then and we were there when the war broke out in 1861. And then they shipped us around, and we joined the Army of the Potomac, and we fought with them as the 1st United States Cavalry all the way through to Appomattox. And then they put us on steamers, and they shipped us back around to and we got re-outfitted. Then we rode north to the Oregon Territory, and then we pacified Indians in the Oregon Territory after that. And in August of '61, we became the 1st United States Cavalry. We dropped the Dragoon designation, and our piping changed from orange to yellow at that point. Well, we're a living history organization, and we're all about teaching. And when people come here, when they come into the camp, they see how the Army lived, basically, and it's reduced in time and scale. But we want to show them how the Army lived. We're a cavalry unit, so this is how the cavalry would live, not when we're on campaign, but when we're in a camp, and then they can visit the infantry camps and the artillery camps of both the Union and the Confederates. Right. And we also have a civilian corps where they can see how civilians lived, and the ladies can show them fashions and cookings and spinning wool and things like that. So it's about bringing the 1860s lifestyle back so people can really experience it. And the RACW is about education. Yesterday here on Friday we did a school day. We had 700 to 800 primarily 8th graders come through, and we put them on a rotation. And through that whole rotation they go to different stations. They learn about the infantry, the artillery, the cavalry, weapons, flags, causes. So it gives the students an opportunity to see firsthand and experience the sights and smells of the Civil War. We're a nonprofit organization, a 501c3, and we're all volunteers, and we outfit ourselves, but we have expenses. So if somebody would like to contribute to that to pay for insurance, or if they want to bring an event like this to their hometown so their populace can experience it, they can contact us on the website. There's the President's information, contact information is there, as long as our secretary, and then we can work with you to bring it to a school or to, a community. And when we're not doing an event like this, we do school days. So if a school is interested in having 1 or 2 soldiers come and bring, living history to the classroom, we do a lot of that. We're always looking for volunteers to join us to keep our American history alive, and that's what it's about, to teach it as it really was. And if you love camping and good fellowship, a lot of fun, and guns, this is your sport.
Today in the field we have the 72nd New York Volunteers, Excelsior Brigade. We have some artillery. We have the 5th U.S. Artillery out here. On the other side we have Virginia, 42nd Virginia, Company K, and some Zouaves. If you don't know what a Zouave is, it was a uniform that was designed after the French uniform, and they have baggy pants and berets and whatnot. There's approximately 620,000 people died in the Civil War, soldiers died in the Civil War. Most of those were by disease, not by fire.
This is a 10-pound Parrott, and the other is a 3-inch ordnance rifle. They were two of the more common types of cannons used. With a 1-pound powder charge, they'll propel a 10-pound shell 1 mile and hit a barn door on the first shot. That's their capacity.
My name is Steve Duran. My real rank is private, okay? But for today's event, or this weekend's event, I've been given the temporary rank of captain. They call it living history. You can, you know, it may not be perfect, but you can get a really good idea how they lived, what they had to endure. Is, for example, these wool uniforms. Wearing a wool uniform on a hot day like today, you can envision, you know, what it'd been like. Get that feel when you watch the programs, yeah. But you get here, you get to live in a tent or experience there are people that make some of the food, period type food, like hardtack. I don't have any today, but that's an experience on its own. And as for me, when I first did this, when we lined up on the field and we were actually had the Union Army marching towards us, and it was a bigger group then, but you see these 40 to 50 people marching across the field, and everybody's firing, and the closer they get, you could get the feeling that, you know what, the courage it took for those men to stand there and go, because he's my brother, or he's my cousin, or he's my best friend. That's why they didn't run.